Are you here? It's okay, darling. Okay. All right, so we are here in the house. You can go away and comment. I think, yeah, I should be able to see your comments on here. Just go ahead and say something, and hopefully I can see the comments as they come up. There we go. Test of commenting. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is our dining room. I'll take, yeah, I can see people now. I can see people. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, this is our living room is over here, and I'll show you the damage that we got on our living room. This is just, we just love this room. Love, 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 love this room with the beams. And this is my internet cable that hardwires into my router and goes in through to the piano room, which is all the way through there. And this is the only damage that we got in this room, which is a little tiny stain there, look. Can you see that just from the roof? We had 2 branches go in through the roof on this, and I'll take you outside. This is our little porch area here. And this is where our pergola used to be. It's all tidied up now, but I will probably post some pictures on Facebook for those of you interested. Obviously, we've got a big blue sky now. And then here we had a beautiful Japanese something here. This is gone, and there's a crepe myrtle down there that's gone. This is where the tree fell. You can see all of this. This is all my chimney and part of the pergola here. Yeah, the fence is broken, but you know what? In all honesty, this is not bad. You can see a tarp across the street, look, and over here, that's my chimney, and it's gone. So there's Vanessa. So this tree here, look how tall they are.
Hello.
This tree, there was another one right here, and it came this way, and it hit my chimney, and it hit the pergola, and it went through that roof up there and into my apartment. So let's just show you what's going on in the garage. There's the doggies. I'm just going to show them up there, and then I'll be right down. So it's going to be pretty loud in here because I've got fans on and a dehumidifier. So this is my garage with all the fans on. My ceiling has to be pulled down, right? It's all drying now. And then this is where the brunt of the damage was up here. It's going to be pretty loud. But this is my apartment that had to come back all the way to the studs. It looks a little different. And it's extremely hot up here because we've got the attic, and yeah, we got to put new walls on, new drywall, new ceiling. This is the bathroom. So what happened here, you can see here 3 holes. This is where tree branches came through and into the ceiling, and then this is the big one right here. These 2. Tree branch came in, hit the sink, broke the pipes, and flooded this entire apartment. Yeah. So the plywood needs to be replaced, and of course there's holes in the ceiling. Can you hear me okay? So this is a mess. So holes need to be replaced here, and new roof on, I think, 4 sections, 4 slopes. So yeah, that's it. Alright, I'll take you outside now. Alright, you might be able to hear me a lot better now. We love this neighborhood though, we really do. When we came out here, it was like the trees are so beautiful. And, you know, they put these pine trees in when the houses were built. So next door neighbors, I think, was 1959. This house here is 1962, 63. And let me show you this. You can see the roof now, where the top is on. So the tree came this way. I'll show you this here. This is what's left of the root ball. And it went that away. But look at the trees behind. Look at those. And look at these. And look at these. When you look at the trees and the size of them, and then you look how small the house is in comparison, this is what did a lot of the damage around here. So that's my pile of stuff, and it's getting worse. Yeah. And that's my neighbors. So as I was watching the storm, this tree here I watched come down. It's obviously cut into pieces now, but that was the first one to go down. And you know, looking back at my house again, you know, you look at these trees and you look at the size of them, and even this one here, the one that came down was that size, and it went right down onto the house. So my neighbor here, she's got a lot of stuff, a lot of debris. She had a pine tree go into the center of her roof. This guy over here, same thing, had a pine tree go in his roof. And then this guy over here has got a top. And we're still here. We should be. I think we just jumped off the internet. Just let me know that we're here. This had a full wrap. Where's Trevor? Trevor's there.
Hi everyone. How many are there?
28.
28?
28, yeah.
What, to see the boring trees laying down?
Yeah, see the boring trees laying down. So this guy here, you know, he's got a tree here, and this whole top, he's had to move out. He can't live in there because he did get tree damage, where you know it was doing the water mitigation like we did to move out. But look at these piles. I'm going to tell you now, we had so many people around this neighborhood. It was like flies around poop. They came from all over state, all out of state, not local, wanting you to sign this, wanting you to sign that, handing over your rights from you as the claimant to them as the claimant, so they would have control of your insurance claim. And some people sign these things. It's absolutely scary. I'm telling you now, if somebody comes out, if you have a storm and somebody comes out and says, we can repair the damage, we can deal with your insurance company, you don't have to do a thing, do not sign anything. Do not sign a thing, because you are essentially handing over your rights, your benefits to a contractor who is not even in this state. And they really don't care. They'll start the job, and then, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of a job they do, you can't find them. So it's actually called an assignment of benefits, and in insurance world, it's called, for short, AOB. An assignment of benefits means that you are no longer the claimant, and you can never talk to the insurance company. So these contractors, listen, not all of them, but some of them will put in claims and you don't even see the bill. And the whole thing that you're signing for on this is that they will build the insurance company for whatever they think that they want to build them for, even for the rogue ones, work that they haven't done. What happens when the insurance denies the claim? The contractor comes after you. And not only do they come after you for the money, but you've also signed your rights away that if the insurance company doesn't pay, you will pay, and they can put a lien on your house in order to get paid. So that's the thing that I was avoiding. I was avoiding these contractors doing this to me, and so I never signed a thing. So the insurance are paying me, and I'm going to pay contractors as I feel fit. All right, let's go back over here and tell you and show you what's going on here. So we really don't know. None of the locals know who's going to pick up all this stuff, because there's a lot of it. Some people have said FEMA are going to do it, and then other people have told us that, you know, you've got to cut it into 4-foot pieces, or else they're not going to take it. Well, we ain't doing that, so we'll see. So yeah, the storm was just a devastation. I mean, there's so many trees down. Here's another guy that's got multiple tops on his roof. Perry, I'm telling you, they cleared the roads the next day. I mean, there were so many trees across the roads. It was all the neighbors getting together with trucks and chainsaws, and yeah, they got it done, and it was amazing. But you know, a lot of damage and a lot of carnage. So you can see these trees are what really part of what we loved about the neighborhood, because they were so beautiful. There's a lot of them gone. But Vanessa keeps reminding me there's still a lot of trees, and it still looks beautiful. It is. It's a gorgeous neighborhood. We love it. It's very quiet. It's actually nice that in the distance, don't know if you can hear, in the distance there's a chainsaw. We had so many days of that, and those of you that have lived through these storms and these hurricanes, you'll know. Chainsaws and generators, that's what you hear right after a storm. There's another house here with a big tarp. And you see this one over here, look, had some pretty big damage in the corner. I'm trying to keep my camera still. It's so sad, you know. It's sad when you have people that look after their homes and then they can't live in them because they're doing the water mitigation where everything has to come up to the drywall, well, to the studs really. Yeah, we love it, Amy. We do love the neighborhood. We're going to be going down this road to the stop sign, and I'm going to take a right. There was a house down here that got not just trees on the house, but also on their cars. There were 2 cars that were destroyed down here, and I think that sounds like a blower, not a chainsaw. But look at the yards, man. The yards are so, well, they've had all kinds of heavy machinery in here pulling out all of this stuff. And there you can see the inside of somebody's house there, you know, where they've had to just take all this stuff up. Yeah, the dogs love the little walks here. So nice. Trevor and Lizzie. Beautiful neighborhood though, right? Yeah, Steve, I can't either. I mean, it seems rough enough, you know, to have that going on in our apartment, but to have it in the main house and not be able to live in there, and I just can't imagine. And then of course, you know, you've also got those people that are not even insured, which makes it even worse, because they have to face it at some point. Yeah, Mark, we do. We have fared very, very well. You know, there are some people, and especially when we take a right here and we go to the top of the road, you're going to see some houses that really took the brunt of it, where there's really hardly a tree left at all. So again, lots and lots of trees still standing, and we're thankful that it wasn't really more than 80 miles an hour and gusts of 100. So we're coming to the house now where the cars got damaged. I think one of the cars is still on the street here. So again, this one had a sedan and it had an SUV. I don't see the SUV here now, but this house had extensive damage. You can see the multiple tarps there on the right hand side. Here's the car. I had a pine tree end up on the car. But I don't see the SUV. I think that's gone. But again, what can you do, you know? Things come down, they come down. So there you've got the damage, look, with all the pine cones and the glass.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Lizzie.
So we're coming into the area now where I think the majority of damage happened in our neighborhood. I mean, there's so many trees here. And again, it's going to take a long time to get all this stuff cleared. But it's okay. It's all off the road. It's all good. And then on this side, same thing. Just lots of branches, lots of trees. You enjoying this? Is this an insight into what happens after storms? And then there are other houses. Look at this one. No damage at all. And you know why? Other than those there, there's not a single pine tree on this lot. Just shows you, doesn't it? Yeah, Mark, I wouldn't say they were 100 years. I think they planted them when they built this community. So it was about late 50s, early 60s. But I think the problem is, other than, you know, remembering what we did in Florida, we always used to prune and trim our trees, and they don't do that here because they now have no reason to. It's always, you know, there's going to be no winds, there's going to be no hurricanes. Here's another house, pretty intact, but a lot of tree debris. We're getting up to the place now where the extent of the damage happened. And it's funny, it's not funny, but when I was watching the storm, when it first started, I heard an almighty crash, and I think it came from this area that we're approaching now. And it was really, really loud. And I knew it had hit something. Yeah, Mum, it's true. You know, all the beautifully manicured gardens, everyone around here, they take huge pride in their properties. And yeah, it was beautiful. And, you know, it'll come back. It'll just take a while. I know that you'll be back here in end of October, Mum, and you'll see all this taking place, I think. The cleanup, and you'll find out how long it's going to stay on the road for. So we're coming up to this area here. I think majority of them are frame. I'm a real estate agent, and I've never been concerned about frame. I want to know when it was built and how many hurricanes has it been through, and if it's been through quite a few, then the place ain't going nowhere, right? So yeah, we've got work going on up here still. It was pretty quiet where we live, but this is the area that's really taken a huge hit. And there were so many trees on the road here, and they're kind of all gone, and the debris piles are just enormous. This house here had 3 trees on it. So the tops that you see here, major structural damage on this one. And the tree pile outside their house, I mean, this is just a part of it, but it's all the way over there. See that? And they still have heavy machinery here, stump grinding the root balls out. I mean, look at the roof there. Remember, this was 10 days ago that this happened, August 30th, and it's now September 10th. And we still have all this work being done. Seeing that is where we are very, very grateful and very, very thankful that we haven't gone through that. It's rained a lot since the storm, and they can't live there. You know, the damage is so bad that, you know, it's come through cables, so Georgia Power cannot put the power back on until that house is fixed. We're coming up to another one here. And what you see about here as well, I don't know if you've noticed, but look, the trees that were on the sides of the roads here, they're no longer there. All the way down there too, to where that's called Jerry Jones Drive down there. This was lined by pine trees on both sides of the road. And they're not there anymore. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, it's changed the landscape a little bit. Again, Vanessa keeps saying to me, you know, the neighborhood's still beautiful. It's still, but it is, you know, there's still some gorgeous trees. But it looks different because you can tell that the trees that were there are not there. Got some more piles here. Oh, Holly, yes, it wasn't a fire. You can't imagine, can you? We could have had it way worse. We really could. You know, and the other thing too is that there was a lot of stuff that was hitting the roof of the house. And I was up there, and I was upstairs. I was doing a video of the stuff hitting the house and hitting the roof, and Vanessa went crazy because that's the time when the tree came down. Here's another one. This got really badly damaged, this one. Again, these guys, they're not in there. The roof is just so damaged that they just couldn't stay here. Another one there. This one still has trees in the yard that haven't been removed yet. I'll tell you this too. There was a local company, Bennett Tree Service. He came over. He did like 5 trees that were falling on houses. 5 trees in that one day. Got them all off. Absolutely great guy. Let's show you this one. Look, this is really something. And again, all the debris here. It's awful, isn't it? We're just so fortunate that we have the damage that we have. I tell you something though, it smells like Christmas. You walk around this neighborhood, all you can smell is pine. Pine needles, pine trunks, just fresh cut pine. The whole neighborhood smells like Christmas here. That's a good thing. So we're coming up now towards the corner where our house is to the right. Our next door neighbor, they're not there either. They had to move out. They had significant damage with multiple pine trees falling onto their house, and they had two separately that came together and hit the same spot of the house. So not only did it damage the roof, but it also damaged the beam that goes across the windows, and the window came out and the two pine trees were stuck in the bedroom. Thank God nobody was in there. Getting my steps for the day. Getting my steps. So this area, pretty untouched, which is amazing. I don't know if you can see the White House right in the foreground. That's on the corner there, our next door neighbours. Trevor and Lizzie like their walks around here. Yeah, what can you do, Amy? We are lucky. We're very, very fortunate. What happened to us compared to some of our neighbours, I've said it many times, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, if anyone needs any free firewood.
Huh? Oh, what's... Sorry.
Again, another one. Another one, just untouched. But again, there's no root balls. There were no pine trees here. So all of those... Vanessa's got her headphones on and she talks and she's really loud. It's funny. So yeah, this is our neighbour. That's our house down right there. That's our house. This is our neighbour. And they got significant damage. And not only did they get damage from their own pine trees, but there were other people's pine trees that went down on their property too. So all of the pines that were in their front yard are no longer there because they all ended up on the house. So again, look at the size of these root balls. They're just so enormous. Look at that. Look at the size of those. Yeah, they got pine trees coming in from all directions. But that's where the major damage was, right there, where two pine trees fell on that side of the house, on the roof, took out their window. But yeah, they have way more damage than we do. And again, like we don't have the damage on our main house. It's just on the guest house and the garage. And we can live with that because we can get that done as and when. But we have cleared up the front. Took all the pine branches and limbs down. And I think I've done half of it with the picking up of the pine cones. Plenty of them. So we're coming up to our house now. And again, when I look at these pine trees, I just look at and think how lucky we were that it could have been a heck of a lot worse, because these things are so big. And any one of them could have gone down. You know, you see our house there, and it's a pretty big house. It's 3,800 square feet. And you look at this, and you think, oh my. The house looks pretty small, right, in comparison. and you think about the weight that goes down. In fact, I'll tell you, this one here, so they've got multiple damage front and back. So here, they took out their chimney as well at the back. So I'm going to see if I can do this with my hand. So the pine tree came in this way above this apex, and at the apex of the roof, the pine tree snapped and it came down the other side. So it was sitting there with kind of a double pine. It was just broken on the inside, yeah, very unbelievable how it can do this. And of course, we're back to our house now, and this is our pile. This is our pile. Just the circumference of these trees. Just thank goodness we had the guys to take the trees out, because they needed big heavy equipment to do that. Yeah, it's a good pile. And then on this side we've got all the carpet and the drywall and the ceiling of my garage, and that's all here. So yeah, it's going to take a while. So that was it. I'm all sweating now. It's very, very hot. Waiting for the weather to cool down. And in South Georgia, we've been told that should be about 3 weeks from now. And should start being, high 70s. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. All right, folks. So that's my little tour of the neighborhood. Show you what we've been through and what the neighbors have been through. It's like I said, we're very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. And I'm glad that I'm not living in some of my neighbors' shoes, because they have a whole different story. All right, folks, I will see you in a couple of weeks. And we're all good. Don't worry about us. We're okay. We're all right. I just wanted to show you what was going on. Oh, man, it's hot. I think I need a cold beer now. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a little nice. People are coming on here thinking, I thought this guy played piano. What the heck are we watching? Well, it was just a little bit different, that you could come on with me, and other than the music. So awesome tour. Great. All right, guys. Have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you have a great rest of your